Why meeting beyond the script? In my experience, when you share intimacy with a specific person over a long period of time, it can come to a point where you kind of over time found out what works for you and what is pleasurable, and you know each other in a way, and it's way easier to kind of always follow the same pattern and the same path in your intimacy. And it might get more difficult to get creative and to invite new sensations and new interactions. I think there are many reasons why we tend to fall into certain patterns when it comes to intimacy. First of all, obviously, our gender conditioning. We are often told that the more masculine part has to show the direction and hold the space, whereas the feminine part has to surrender and be more passive, for example. We are also influenced a lot by different images we see on media, movies, or porn of like how sexual interactions should look like, and also even defining what is sex in the first place. Depending on our culture, our background, our education, we might have a lot of internalized conditionings, beliefs, and stuff going on in our intimate encounters that we are not automatically aware of, but that kind of prevent us to fully meet from being to being. And this is what I'm interested to deconstruct, like how can I become aware of my longings, my boundaries, my wishes? How can I trust myself enough to be able to communicate about them and to co-create with a partner a space that is consensual, clear, intentional, to share our intimacy. So in the workshop, we explore different tools for communication and honesty about what you wish for, what you like, what you don't like, and we build up really slowly, exploring different qualities of touch, different qualities of presence as well, on how you meet each other. We build this up really slowly so that each person involved can really take themselves fully in the process, right? Because sometimes when we interact with someone we like, we tend to be a bit faster maybe, and to go into like what we think might be nice, or what we think we should do to make it nice, but we don't really take all our parts with us. Maybe the insecurity, the shyness, whatever is there, is allowed to find its place in this workshop and to be spoken out if it's needed. It's about really co-creating a space of authenticity and really meeting each other beyond pictures we might have in our heads. It's really important also for me to say it's not only for couples. I also had already a throuple that came to the workshop. But also, it's not only for romantic partners. As long as you feel comfortable enough with the other person, you can bring them to the workshop. And I think it's super important to normalize sharing intimacy and touch beyond the space of a romantic relationship. That we, among friends and maybe also family, allow ourselves to give each other touch, nourishing touch, consensual touch that really nourishes you, give each other pleasure, which doesn't have to be automatically sexual, right? But it's such an important resource for resilience, for nourishing ourselves, for our health. Like, there is a lot of studies about how conscious touch really nourishes something deep within us, a sense of belonging, self-regulation, and so on. So I created this workshop also to normalize sharing intimacy and touch and loving kindness beyond your romantic partner, and that we can have it like as a resource in our communities to support each other in difficult times, supporting transformations, healing processes, grieving processes. And I think we live in a society in which we are really alienated from our bodies for many reasons. And there is something so empowering and also political about retaking ownership of our bodies, our pleasure, really deciding how, with who, when, in which condition, in which container we want to share intimacy and touch. It's about our own bodies and our own sovereignty. And I think there is such a power in retaking this ownership and saying like it's my body and I choose what I do